St. Louis in the Sixth World is a scary place. Heavily armed criminals running free, mages that can control your thoughts from across the room, hackers that can control your electronic devices, and strange, human animal mashups looking for revenge on the world. And that just describes the team we're following. The rest of the world is even darker and scarier. You've been warned. Listener discretion is advised.
Last time on Burning Edge.
It's early in the morning of January 8th, 2080. Down on their luck, broke, homeless, and without proper identification, the team made it to a fixer named Slide to ask the self-styled king for his help with procuring new sins. He agreed to build decent identities for the two less traditional metahumans in the group in exchange for retrieving a case from a truck scheduled to make its deliveries on Friday. They've got a bit of time to kill before the truck job to try to figure out their next moves, and have headed back to the broken down condemned building Deuce calls home. So, Deuce, tell us a little about the place you've been staying at.
This place is just where I've been staying the last, maybe week or so. Prior to that, I probably crashed in a couple different places after staying at the bar for a little while, and then also maybe staying with Flash for a little bit, and just needed to get away and try to establish an area where I can continue to go to. Not looking long term though.
So you haven't even moved some sort of broken, fallen slab of soy drywall to help block a section of rain to give you a dry sleeping space, or moved in your soy fern to spruce up a corner and make it yours?
There definitely has been no sprucing up.
Are there other bums that live in the vicinity?
Yes, there's probably a handful of other people that are also slumming it in this building, not including the ragtag bunch that I'm bringing with me.
Are they friendly with you, or is it kind of a I leave you alone, you leave me alone?
It is most definitely a you leave me alone and I will leave you alone.
Cool.
And they would definitely be considered the outcasts of society. I mean, the true homeless, living on the streets permanently type of individuals, whether it be through burnout from various street drugs or anything similar. They are down and out.
Deuce,
Yeah, JB, what's up?
this place is a shithole.
That's putting it lightly.
Why have you not put a roof up?
Well, I don't know if you've hacked into my bank account lately, but I don't actually have one.
But you could put something. That help me. Is there a piece of board or something laying around?
Catherine, unless anybody stops her, just crawls into a corner, clutching her duffel bag, and pulls a loose piece of cardboard over her and passes out.
Hey, JB, come with me. I think the other day while I was here, I noticed there was a couch and an old mattress down the hall. I don't think anybody's using it. Why don't we go grab that?
Great. Mika, help him with the couch.
Micah's just going to look at JB and then look away at the surroundings, trying to consider where she's going to sleep.
Fine. Let's go, Deuce.
It's just down the hall. It'll only take us a minute.
Yeah, it'll be our cool couch for cool people. And he gives a dirty look to Mika.
I love how you just started randomly changing her name.
I know. He mispronounces her name on purpose just to irritate her.
I don't. Is it not Mika?
It is Micah?
Again, Mika.
GB?
Am I not Mika?
Micah?
Mika.
My?
Me.
My?
Me. Mika.
Deuce, is there a bar nearby?
I'm sure that there's a few.
Wonderful. Micah's grabbing her suit jacket and walking out of this direct hall and walking to the closest bar.
As she walks out, I will quickly send her a location of the nearest bar.
You know where to find me then.
All right, JB, let's go get this couch, huh?
Let's go.
Cassandra just kind of stands back in the room, watching the two of them go, and then looks for any spot of wall that looks like it has a bit of roof still left overhead to help block rain. She does not trust this couch or the mattress that they might find. There's a reason nobody's using them.
So after a few minutes, JB and I will come back to what has kind of loosely been claimed as my building or my apartment, I guess is the best way to say it. And we're dragging the couch.
You basically have more guns than the other bums.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I said they leave me alone and I will leave them alone.
Well, and JB's super intimidating looking
Uh
with his
Uh-huh.
massive 5'2" frame.
huh. Catherine looks down at you.
And I know in your heart you're looking up.
Uh huh. So did you two fall asleep on the couch?
Do we cuddle together?
I'd avoid that cushion in the middle there. It looks well. Here, let's just flip it over. Maybe. Oh, that's worse. Never mind.
So y'all are crashing out. Micah, you are going to find a bar.
Yep. This is a huge mistake, but yep.
So you've been up for
Mm-hmm.
going on 20 hours now,
Yep.
and you're going to find a bar that stays open late.
Mhm.
I don't know what the actual laws for when last call or whatever in St. Louis would be. I assume in the future dystopian thing, that's the only nice thing about the future is that bars are open 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can find one. How bad is it? Would you stop at the first one, or would you go past a perfectly?
No, I'm gonna go to the one that Deuce sent the coordinates for, and because I told him you'll know where to find me.
And knowing Micah, I would have at least sent her one that has a good whiskey.
I mean, its roof is intact.
I didn't say anything else was good about the place. They had good whiskey though.
I imagine it's got a really like 10, 15-year-old, AR system that's on the fritz and is terrible. It's probably synth wood and just very plain decor. You are literally just going there to drink, probably because you're somewhat of an alcoholic. You're not going there for the ambiance.
Yeah, and the place lives up to it. You feel right at home. Are you going to torture the bartender?
I mean, I hope not. Hopefully, he'll just serve me as he would any customer.
How are you going to pay for your drinks?
Are there any other patrons in the bar?
It's 3 a.m, so there may be a few.
Okay. I'm going to sit on a stool right next to one, and they're going to buy my drinks
Of course they are.
through the kindness of their hearts.
That does sound like the sixth world.
It's my sixth world.
Conceivably, even without you having to waggle your fingers, or convince them to do things that they might not otherwise do.
Mhm.
Some drunk guy might legit just buy you a beer or a whiskey,
I would hope.
thinking he'd be able to take you home.
I would hope
That he'd take you home?
that he would buy me a beer. I mean, if his home has a roof and a bed that's clean, nothing says I have to do anything with the guy when I get there.
You just kill him and sleep in his bed.
I could just put the thought in his head, you just want to cuddle and that's it. But yeah, I'm gonna find somebody there. Yeah. Sit right there and do my best damsel in distress. Get myself a whiskey.
So we could just jump cut to the morning. Did you sleep at all? Anyone?
Cat passed out, sort of unconscious, slept, but not well.
Cassandra set herself against a wall where it seemed like she would be relatively almost protected from the elements and tried to sleep, but kept getting woken up by random ass sounds all throughout the night because she's got much more annoying hearing now.
Well, the good news is the amount of snow that fell was very minor, less than 1/10 of an inch. And it wasn't particularly windy, so despite the fact that it was 27 degrees, when y'all did show up at the nice hotel that you started the day in, you were dressed for the weather. You've got your coats or whatever. None of you froze to death, I would assume.
Mm-mm.
You'll wake up the next morning. Deuce, have you pulled together some various combustible materials that you could build a little fire?
Absolutely.
You just have like half an oil drum that you've flipped over and shoved some burnables in.
Absolutely.
Catherine looks even worse than she did before she slept. She's like covered in dirt and shivering.
Yeah, so I will be scavenging for other combustible materials to put in said oil drum to try to get something going in terms of warming us up a bit.
Catherine's starting to look a little stray.
Micah comes from somewhere? Did she go home with someone?
Oh yeah, no, Micah slept in a bed with covers and a roof and heat. All of it.
Do you sleep in?
No, I think I probably wake up early knowing I have to trudge back to the direct hole that they're all in and start making plans for what we're gonna do here.
What was the lucky guy or girl's name that you spent the night with?
I'm sorry, I was supposed to get a name? It was Guy with apartment that had heat. We just called him Guy for short. He might be French too, JB.
Compatriot.
She wake up probably normal wake up time when you work for a corp, probably conditioned to wake up. And no, head back to that place and let's, get the ball rolling and let's.
About the time that Micah arrives, Catherine's warmed up a teensy bit and is just kind of staring at Deuce.
What's up, Cat?
I thought you were dead.
For a little bit there, kind of felt like it.
What does that mean?
Well, imagine your situation now where everything that you've ever known got completely ripped away from you. But imagine that happening more than once, and you're once again in a situation where you don't exactly have anything, as you can see, and he'll look around and kind of motion to his current living situation. You kind of feel dead inside.
This is awful. I miss having a bed.
Well, hopefully, with this new job, we'll be able to earn a little bit, and maybe we'll all be able to change our situation. I don't know if I can say it'll be for the better, but anything's got to be better than this.
Mike is gonna look a little confused at Kat and just dismiss what she said. All right, yeah, yep, we're gonna do this job. We're gonna get the new sins. We're gonna. What are we gonna do?
Get revenge.
Hmm?
Get revenge.
I'm sorry. Revenge?
Revenge.
On who?
Reigns.
Reigns. You want to go after Reigns inside Evo? Well protected, the head of security, Evo Reigns.
Oh, you think Reigns is completely clean?
I don't think he's clean. Obviously, he's dirty. We know he's pretty dirty. We just don't, But that's not my point, JB.
Mika, you were too quick to give up.
He is protected
For now.
by Evo. How are we going to touch Reigns?
First, we sabotage his reputation with evil.
Why do you care? It's not like it's gonna change anything.
Because the man ruined our lives.
I agree. He did.
Maybe Evo could have helped with this. If Reigns hadn't screwed us, I could have just gone to a doctor, gotten normal ears, normal everything else.
Yes, you wouldn't be a freak show. No offense.
Catherine just kind of looks down at the ground.
JB.
What, Mika?
A little sensitivity to their animal-centric friends.
The world will not be nice to them. The world is cruel. Look what they did to us.
Look, the point remains the same. It's not going to change anything. Believe me, I want to see Reigns dead. I do, but he's inside Evo. We don't know if Evo gave him the go-ahead to do that. We don't know if he was acting on his own. We don't even know why this happened to us. I do know we're not going to be able to touch Reigns as long as he's inside Evo.
I don't have to touch him to kill him, but...
There must be a way. But anyways, that is for later.
That is for way later.
I just want home and a bed.
Well, we do this job, we get the new sins, we can start to rebuild some kind of life. I'm just not quite sure what that life is going to be. Right now, it looks like.
The truck does not come for 4 days. We cannot sleep like this. We have to find someplace else to stay.
No, I found a place. I'm good.
Well, can we stay at this place with you?
Well, might take some convincing.
What kind of convincing?
Yes, Mika, what do you need?
The kind of convincing that I normally have to do to people.
Oh,
If you're okay with it, we could probably have a place to stay.
Yes, just for the week.
I mean, if we check him out, we can see if he has anybody that would miss him, and maybe we can just have it.
I don't know if I like where you're going with that, Micah. I mean,
Hey, I'm trying to gauge how desperate everybody is. If you just want a temporary space, we can make it temporary. If you're not comfortable with me doing my convincing, then we'll have to figure out something else.
oh, you're convincing I'm comfortable with. It's the idea of making the guy disappear. I don't know.
Well, you lock him in closet for a week, let him out.
What if you convinced him to go on a vacation for a week, Micah? That would sit way better with me. Especially, I mean, this guy is innocent, right?
I mean, Deuce. Anybody really innocent?
Well, okay, that's fair. But what did he do to us? Especially if you convince him to go on a little trip, he's doing us a favor.
If we have to kill him, I can do it.
See? Cat's on board.
Catherine's just staring into the fire now.
I don't think Kat's in the position to be on board with anything. Look at her.
I think she's perfectly fine. She should be the leader. Look at her. Her determination, ironclad.
I like how I come up with the idea, and somehow she says I can do it, and then she's now leadership material. Okay.
Well, yes, she has
No,
excellent.
I hear ya. She's a go-getter. Anyway, I'd go see my friend and see if he's willing to part with his accommodations for a week. I
my
won't
ears are
even
cold.
hurt him. Huh? What?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay.
It's just so weird to deal with that.
You would think the fur would keep him warm.
Yeah, you would, but then again, there's usually a bit more elsewhere to help keep from sapping it.
Micah, if you need someone to go with you, I'll come.
Sure.
All right, Kitty Cat, Mika, you get a place to stay. Deuce, you and me, and the bunny, let's go find a car.
Hey, JB,
We?
my name is Micah, and the bunny is Cassandra. Got it?
Yes, called Zazra. Yeah,
And Micah.
Mika.
You do it again, I'm gonna
I do
gonna
not
convince
know
you.
what you're talking about. I'm trying, but I'm trying.
You try harder.
I'm trying so hard.
JB, let's go before you get in trouble.
If you need to avoid using my name around any sort of, I don't know, security or cops, go with Thumper. God, I can't believe we're using that name.
There we go.
I think it's cute.
All right, Peter, let's go.
Catherine moves to follow Micah.
Mhm.
And then we need to come up with how we're going to rob the van.
One problem at a time. We've got 4 days.
We need to eat till then.
Yeah, let's find a place, have some food, if we got the cash to pay for that, and have a nice meal to start the day. Go about, do our jobs, reconvene later.
Do we need cash?
I don't think they're going to give us the food for free.
Well,
I have a little, but it's not much.
on the way to find a car, maybe we can find a wallet or two.
Let's just get that car, JB, and then we can go to the stuffer shack. I've got a little bit of scratch saved up from a couple of the jobs I did before I met back up with you guys. It'll be
All
fine.
right.
All
right.
See you later, Deuce.
And right, I'm gonna DNI Mika. We just do 6. They go on vacation. We tie them up, lock them in the closet.
You want to lie to Deuce?
I have no problem with it.
Interesting.
Is a white lie.
JP, do you have a problem lying to me?
I don't think I could lie to you.
How about we just have breakfast first? Let's talk about things, and Then we'll see what we need to do.
Well, we are going 2 separate locations. You're getting place. We are getting car. You're making me nervous.
Cat, let's go. I'm going to get you some food, and we're going to get ourselves a place to stay. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go. And we're going to walk out.
A little bit down the road, there is like a greasy spoon style restaurant, the Barnyard Breakfast Diner.
JB, I think we have to go here.
All right. At least I can get the Western Scramble.
When I say breakfast diner, it's exactly what you're picturing. None of the tables match. They've got the advertisements resined into the top of it. Not a single coffee mug in the entire place matches any other coffee mug.
So what you're saying is we're going to have a really good breakfast, actually.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you don't care about your heart or arteries.
Those have been replaced already. It's okay. JB, you're going to love this place.
Yeah, so we'll go in, get a table. Michael, get just some coffee. Light up a cigarette. That's a breakfast, right?
JB orders 2 meals.
Let me guess, Mika, you did not order.
Oh, I thought I was ordering for you, but since they know now, so they can't go to waste.
Whatever Catherine gets, she eats it greedily and fast. She's starving.
Cassandra's kind of the same. She's a little more table mannery about it, but yeah, she's kind of inhaling her food.
No class. And then JB eats everything super classy.
Catherine looks very graceful as she's stuffing her face.
JB, you gonna eat that soy hash brown?
Yes, I'm going to eat it. Take your dirty paws away from my hash browns.
Cassandra makes an effort of looking at her hands again. Paranoid. I don't have paws.
Not yet. All right. So, what are we doing after this diner?
You guys are gonna go get a van. Kat and I are gonna go.
Oh,
look at a
yes, my plan.
place.
My excellent plan, Mika.
I believe when we're done with that, we're gonna then figure out how we're gonna complete the job. Anybody have any ideas?
You can control people, right?
Let's go with yeah.
Enough to make him stop the car and step out,
Yeah.
and then
Politely hand us the keys and point
Maybe.
out the crate in question.
Maybe.
or we just steal the whole van.
I mean, in that case, we can just ask him to politely give us a ride to where we want to go.
Isn't he like mafia? I don't think he'll listen to us.
I don't.
I'm sorry, is there a problem with the mafia?
No, I'm just saying that he's not gonna, he's on a job.
Uh-huh.
And Mike is going to convince him to have a different job for a while.
Maybe convince him I'm part of the mafia too and he should help me out.
All right.
I mean, you seem like you could believably pull that off. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you mean by that?
So, say that falls through. What's the backup plan?
Explosives. Lots of explosives.
No, we will
Ah.
not use explosives.
No! One bullet back of the head, he's dead.
I could either be close, or we could figure out we know what street he's going to be going down, and I could put a hole in his head.
I've got plenty of stun munitions. I could tase the guy till he's a gibbering wreck, and, well, that would send a message to the guys who stole this package from our client. I'm sure he would enjoy hearing about that.
No, I can stop the van. That's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, he stops the van, I open the door, and I put a shotgun-grade stick and shock into the guy's side.
So that's the thing.
Then we dump him and take the van.
Mm-hmm.
Should I find somewhere, get on the roof of somewhere nearby and be on Overwatch? Or
I'm not sure about a roof. Your ability to reposition if something goes wrong.
I could stay close then and try to get on top of the van or in the van.
No. Okay. You should stay close because we might need you to stop the van if JB fails to do his part.
That's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
I could do that a number of ways.
Look at us. We've already got 5 plans. We haven't even finished breakfast. We're going to be fine.
You need to work on being more convincing with that, Micah.
Look, Deuce, I'm trying to...
Or I could just destroy the van.
You will not destroy the van.
So we could steal the van, take it to a drop-off point, unload everything, and then have the van end up in the bottom of a river.
Yeah, it's an idea, but sometimes when you take things off of a van, you don't know who owns them, and when you do that, sometimes those owners come looking for you. Kind of borrowing trouble.
But don't we need the money?
We have enough trouble. We just do the job we're hired to do.
So, what are you suggesting then? Because if those other people are going to be irritated with not having their things, we would have to somehow protect their cargo when we're not stealing it specifically, since we need to do something probably with the van or the guy to send a message to the other group. Their stuff's not getting where it's going to go.
No, it's not, but we don't need to take their stuff with us if it's something important. So let's look at what the other stuff is. If it's something we can take and fence easy that won't be traced back to us, by all means, let's take it and do that. But if it's a big box of guns, I think what's best we just let that sit.
Wasn't Slide interested in that sort of stuff? So we could get more money if we did.
I think he said that we could have some of it, but if I remember right, I think he said he wasn't interested. The only thing he wanted was the box.
Yeah, he was mostly just probably suggesting that since, well, it's clear most of us are going to have a problem making ends meet for a while.
I think we should get everything we can, honestly. We're already in hot water.
Like I said, we can go through and see what it is. We can go see what's there. We can take what we can. Just saying, let's just not take everything. We don't know whose stuff is on that truck, too. We already have enough problems.
If there's something that looks like it's dangerous for us to even think about taking and trying to sell, I'm all for leaving it. At the
Yes.
same time, though, I'm all for selling the tires off this damn thing. I don't want to sleep in the cold like this much more.
I understand that. I'm not saying we can't. I'm saying let's just be careful. We have enough to do. Do you guys understand what's happened to us? Do you get it?
I'm intimately
I don't
aware.
know.
I pretend to.
You understand that a corporation basically just said we should be killed on site. If we're seen, we'll be
You
killed
should be
on site.
killed.
I'm sorry?
You should be killed.
Why?
They don't want me dead.
She's
Not
expensive.
thinking.
That's what she's getting at.
Is that what she's getting at? So maybe we can all have a good meal and a good night's sleep if we just turn you in? Is that what I'm hearing? You're the worthwhile one here.
I think none of us are actually willing to go there. I don't think you're even willing to go there, Micah.
Well, I don't know. I just had a person that I'm trying to help out tell me that I should be put down. I should be the one killed. But she's not going to be because she's worth more. Well, honey, if you're worth more, then I'll take you right back to Evo and see if I can trade you to clear my name. Now, do you want to change your phrasing?
Catherine just stares blankly at Micah. Through the pounding headache, is trying to decide what to do or what to say.
Cassandra kind of looks between Deuce and JB a moment and keeps motioning with her eyes towards those two.
Look, I don't think that's what anybody wants. And I think right now the situation is probably a little bit more than we can all handle. And I think we just need to just relax for even just a moment. I know it's going to be difficult to do, but what you guys are talking about, neither of that is going to happen. All right?
I am relaxed. And I'm here trying to help my friends, my coworkers, my teammates, trying to help them find a place to sleep at night that's not freezing temperatures, trying to figure out how to get them new identities to cover up who they are. That's what I'm trying to do, all while trying to not get killed by a mega corporation in this beautiful city.
Or a mafia group.
So, forgive me if I get a little tense or bent out of shape when certain things are said to me. But I'll go with it. Cat here didn't mean it. And we'll also go with I would never turn her into Evo.
I don't think you understood what I was.
Well, when you and I are house shopping later, maybe you can explain it to me.
All right.
But now I'm going to finish my cigarette and I'm going to finish my coffee in silence. Well, with the exception of JB's flapping gums,
What
and enjoy the rest of the meal.
Catherine's already finished her food and is just kind of like blank stare at nothing.
Micah will be in silence, smoking, finishing the coffee, waiting for everybody else to be done.
All right, Micah, let's go.
Well, I hope the three of you have good luck. We'll let you know how things fare on our end.
And if you could find the bunk bed, Mika. Mika?
JB, I will get you the bunk beds. I will get you your own room. Would you like a sauna or a pool or a hot tub?
No, I do not like pool.
A valet?
A valet would be nice. but
Gourmet
I
kitchen,
guess-
perhaps?
No, I mean, we could order in. Doesn't need to be gourmet, but at least a fridge and maybe a microwave.
I will file all of that. You can frag yourself. Let's go.
Rude.
And yeah, Kat and Micah will go, and you three are going to go steal a van.
JP has like another 20 minutes on those eggs.
Those eggs are ice cold by now.
It doesn't matter. It's the principle.
I am DG7-C-S open bracket A close bracket -C4T13, and I am played by Tempest.
I'm Quor, and I play the former corporate security turned Shadowrunner, Thumper.
The character Deuce is voiced by me, Jake.
I'm Jeff Alla, and I play Jean-Baptiste.
Micah is voiced by Jupiter Sanders.
The Tops Company Incorporated has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and/or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Tops Company Incorporated has granted permission to Burning Edge to use such names, logos, artworks, marks, and/or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website and podcast, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Burning Edge in any official capacity whatsoever.
Bet, because they have like good characters too.
Yeah.
As opposed to ours.
Oh, what does
Yeah,
that mean?
as opposed to us.
I mean, I was speaking on my own behalf. I can't speak for the
I'm
rest of
hurt.
Oh god, that beer is horrible.
you. You did it to yourself. Remember
did.
that.
What is it, a
Jesus.
lime Corona or something?
It is a Corona Premier.
Oh,
Just go dump it in the toilet.
I mean, it's gonna get there eventually.
Exactly. Just skip the
Wait a minute,
middleman.
Does the label say "open bottle, pour down drain"?
No, it's too good. The drain's too good for that. Just put it down the toilet.
it was all solidified that you were just a terrible, evil person when you gave one of your teammates the name Thumper.
Alright, let's see if we can get y'all some damage from elemental effects.
Yeah, this is where JB dies.
And by cuddle, I mean you're cuddling a pillow on the couch and I get your bed.
I was gonna say, you don't strike me as the cuddly type.
Yeah, I know you're talking about Micah. That's okay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Do we need to go to Denny's so you can get a moons over my hammy?
I think that's sexual harassment.
What? Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I wasn't listening to me either.
I'm just thinking out loud. Oh, ouch.
You know, somebody must hold us to a standard.
Why would we pick you?
What is that supposed to mean? I am clearly the classiest of everyone. I'm gonna DNI Mika.
I don't know who you're DNIing.
Even out of character.
I don't know who you're DNIing.
Mika. Mika.
My.
Mika.
My.
Mika.
I swear to God.
It's like he's mispronouncing it in text, Stephen.
I know.
It's like MEEEEE
Mika.
KAH.